Starburns Audio.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Sklar Country, the virus edition, aka the Pandy Pods.
Two fellas, no mellow yellows.
Aka one salmon couchy, two fans of Fauci.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know. I was like, yeah.
AKA two boys, lots of noise.
AKA two Jews, no Rod Carews.
We are here. We are ready to give it to you on a Thursday. We know you might be taking a hike, walking around, walking your dog, doing your dishes. We want to provide for you 20 to 25 minutes of fun.
I love that some people say they watch it on their TV. They screen mirror it and do your yoga to it.
Do your yoga to this.
We're here. Do your yoga.
This is your Shavasana.
Take this as your like a 30-minute Shavasana and lay it out.
Lay down.
Laugh it out. It works out your midsection and your core.
Child's pose for this whole thing.
You ready for this?
Yes.
Okay. Listen, we did a story 2 days ago about Mickey D's.
Yeah.
McDonald's. And
it's clear we are not necessarily fans of McDonald's.
Okay. We like the Ronald McDonald House. It helped out our friend Dan Van Kirk and his family when his brother was having a surgery. So, all right.
As far as
there
the
are elements
food
of it that are good, but as far as the food, we're not fans of it. And we know times get tough. Sometimes that's what you got to do. All I'm saying is Subway's out there.
If it's the only option,
Subway's out there.
Subway's there too. All right.
McDonald's just late to the game of everything. All right.
I think they just added a salad last week.
Is that, I want to say maybe that's wrong.
McLettuce? Like, don't say that.
That's not like right, but emotionally it feels right is what we're saying.
McRadishes?
Really, their direction as a company comes from the top. It's a top-down company. They don't
but
listen
it's also
to their
like
workers.
It's also like the most corporatized thing in the world.
Straight up corporation, right? So everything comes from the top.
A corporation has no soul. Like if something is, and yes, I know McDonald's was born out of like a single but it's been so far removed from what it originally was
that it can't have a soul.
It can't have a soul.
So also when the stuff from the top is rotting and it starts coming down, then everything is infected.
Right. You bring in people as CEOs, and when the CEO is doing things that he's not supposed to be doing, well, then that goes through the whole company.
It's like the direction of our country. It's rotting from the top, and you're seeing what's happening.
Right. It trickles down.
Here's a story that literally talks about the top.
Trickle down rot.
Trickle down rot coming from the top.
There we go.
Ousted McDonald's CEO Steve Easterbrook. Is that a guy with a name designed to be a CEO?
Yes.
Lied to the board about the extent of his relationships with employees, the company alleged in a new lawsuit. He misled investigators about engaging in physical sexual relationships with 3 employees in the year before his ouster, according to the documents. Now, you know he slapped women on the ass and called himself the OG Hamburglar.
Yes.
The Hamburglar.
Yes.
Can we have a moment for the Hamburglar up in this piece?
They had a character in the McDonald's universe
that stole shit from McDonald's. That was part of that was a character in the thing, the Hamburglar.
And not only did he steal stuff, all right, he was in a prison outfit.
Yeah.
So he was either just released from jail or wearing clothes that he expected to be going to jail. But I don't know if you're
should you have a character in a jumpsuit? That's all I'm saying.
Right.
In a state-issued jumpsuit.
To me, a Hamburglar, I would put him more like a cat burglar, and I'd put him in all black with like a hat and a...
Someone at McDonald's corporate said, yeah, it'd be fun to have a convict be one of the characters that are here. And let's make a whole town of people. Mayor McCheese.
Grimace, which, as we said before, is the expression you make
when you find out how little actual food is in McDonald's food.
Right.
You make a grimace. But Mayor McCheese, an elected official,
Jesus,
and a criminal, the Hamburglar, and who knows? Mayor McCheese maybe was skimming a little McCheese off the top. You don't know.
You don't know.
Maybe he was more of a crook than the Hamburglar.
That's right.
Little white collar, little mayonnaise white collar crime.
From the Arch Deluxe.
But to burgle the ham is a high crime against McDonald's. You understand?
It's almost the highest crime until you read about what CEO Steve Easterbrook did.
When you think about it deeply, there are rumors that McDonald's has made hamburgers out of questionable meat products, many of which would not pass as ham-style meat. So McDonald's, on a corporate level, are the actual Hamburglars in this situation.
They're stealing your
ham out of the burgers and replacing it with barbacoa or whatever that pink stuff is.
They're stealing your life force through their food.
You know this guy, the ousted CEO of McDonald's, Easterbrook, he sexted a bunch of lewd McDonald's-related stuff. It's my guess.
We don't know this for a fact.
I feel like the ousted CEO of McDonald's sexted a bunch of lewd McDonald's-based stuff.
Of course he did. And we don't know that for a fact. But
why don't you come up here and check out my two-piece McNugget meal?
Hey-o, come on.
Maybe give me a chance to taste your McFish.
Is McFish a thing?
I think it is.
I don't know if it was called the McFish.
I'd like to slather up your McRibs with my special sauce.
All right. You know what? Don't say that.
Let's get together and make our own happy ending meal.
Let me put my meat between your buns.
You'll be loving it.
Come on, man.
More whip on your McCafe, milady.
He's definitely called his penis the quarter pounder. I
know
that.
He has.
Whether that made it into the sex or not, you know he's done that.
Now McDonald's is suing Easterbrook for the amount of his exit package, about $40 million. Yeah, he probably saw that and said to the female lawyer representing him at McDonald's, I've got an exit package for you to check out.
That is an exit package that everybody wants.
And then I'll give you your own golden parachute. Hey!
I don't know what that means.
Company cut ties with Easterbrook in November. At the time, McDonald's board said the executive had violated company policy and demonstrated poor judgment by engaging in a consensual relationship with an employee. Well, that's how is McDonald's demonstrated poor judgment? That's the only way?
I guess. I mean, McDonald's, should they be the arbiters of poor judgment?
They are a case study in poor judgment.
Like, are they the ones, like, when they're telling you have poor judgment, you've got terrible judgment.
In legal documents filed Monday morning, McDonald's said that an internal investigation found other relationships and evidence that Easterbrook lied and destroyed records to conceal his behavior. Like, what do you think? This is 2009 and no one can find your records? Come on. I love this guy thinks that once records are destroyed, they can't be found anymore.
Like all the sex you sent out, they're going to be there.
Like people take screen grabs. You understand that? This is a guy who probably still refers to his assistant as a secretary.
Yeah.
Those things are all retrievable. They also offer more details on the incident that McDonald's board referenced in the statement announcing Easterbrook's exit, a sexting relationship with an employee. Yeah, this guy does not want more details to come out. Definitely does not. Our buddy Jim Rome says this all the time. He said, if pictures are taken, they're going to come out.
That's it. Expect it to come out.
Expect everything that you thought was going to be private to eventually come out one day. It will all come out. He also said nothing good happens after 2 a.m.
Yeah.
If you're out after 2 a.m., nothing good happens. It's not like
don't go to McDonald's at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Don't even do that.
Nothing can be kept a secret and nothing good happens after 2 a.m.
No.
You don't have to be a detective to screenshot something like we said and then just save it.
Yeah. No.
The investigation confirmed that the alleged relationship had occurred and revealed that it had been a non-physical consensual relationship involving texting and video calls. Video calls?
What?
So
this is like before Zoom.
Yeah,
so
this relationship happened in the 1990s. Video calls.
I'm going to video call you.
Yeah. Did he set up a Zoom? Did he invite her to a Zoom?
Did he invent Zoom?
Did he try and Zoom all over her back?
Hey, come on.
The document alleges that Easterbrook said this relationship was the only one of an intimate nature that he ever maintained with an employee. He also alleged that he never had a physical sexual relationship with someone who worked for him. So splitting hairs, very much splitting hair. Mm-hmm. Sure, you didn't have a physical relationship of significance with that woman, just like McDonald's is all about healthy food.
Yes.
They have one wilty lettuce salad under a heat lamp for some reason.
Yes.
So they're all about healthy food.
We have healthy options.
Or McDonald's uses like realish meat for the McRib, like we said the other day.
Well, I don't know.
But McDonald's MCD reopened the investigation after it got an anonymous report in July alleging that Easterbrook had a physical sexual relationship with an employee while he was CEO. Wait a minute. So McDonald's CEO was misleading?
That's shattering my image of the whole company. I don't quite know how to react to
Steve Easterbrook, the relationship is out for a consensual relationship with an employee. The new investigation found that Easterbrook engaged in physical sexual relationships with 3 employees.
3.
So he said, I didn't have anything with anybody, and he had it with 3 employees.
3 plus the one he was sexting.
Yeah. So
maybe
he's
it's 4.
all over the place. He's literally trying to serve 1 billion people himself.
Yes.
The evidence of those relationships, according to the suit, came in the form of dozens of nude, partially nude, or sexually explicit photos and videos of various women, which included photographs of the 3 employees. Dozens of these pictures. Jeez. Easterbrook allegedly sent the images as attachments on emails from his work to his personal account. So that filed through the old ronaldmcdonald.com.
the McDonald's server.
That's right. on his Mick on his Mick account.
Yes.
I mean, I get multitasking
On
at
his
work.
Mick book.
I get multitasking at work, but this is
Come on, man. Come on. You can't.
in these socially distanced times. I mean, sexual pictures are
Send it
all
to
that
your
people
personal
have.
account.
But God, the investigation also found that Easterbrook approved an extraordinary stock grant worth hundreds of thousands of dollars for one of the employees in the midst of their sexual relationship. So who is he? Jerry Falwell Jr.
Jesus.
Siphoning money out to people that he's diddling.
Come on, man.
Now, if she was working for the Ronald McDonald House and that's how she got the extra money, we're going to float her a pass.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
Fine. But my guess is that she wasn't. This is like the new McMillions.
Right.
Company alleges that by lying to the board, Easterbrook led them to believe that about his firing should be considered without cause. The board ultimately landed on that determination.
So if they fire him without cause, then he gets the severance package
That's right.
and he walks away and he's all fine. There's
Without
not
cause.
even a punishment.
It's like our buddy, this is McDonald's. It's like our Sully McCullough's bit. We've talked about it so many times. You get stabbed and they're like, I need you to leave.
Look, it's very hard to get fired. If you stab the manager will be laying there in a pool of his own blood saying, you cut me real deep, but I need you on those fries.
That's it.
Like, that's it. You can't get fired.
They have
from
such a hard
McDonald's.
time hiring people. They're like, we know you did all this stuff and we know you lied to us, but we still need you over there on fries.
Yep.
Maybe he'll come back. If we give him a great outgoing package, maybe that's what they thought. As part of his exit, he was promised 26 weeks of severance pay in addition to prorated bonuses as warranted. Those benefits amounted to $42 million. So this was Easterbrook's apology. He said, as for the departure, I engaged in recent consensual relationship with employees which violated McDonald's policy. That was a mistake. Didn't
was a
apologize.
mistake. It was a
mistake. Given the values of the company, I agree with the board. It's time to move on. Beyond this, I hope you can respect my desire to maintain privacy so you can still hook up with those other people.
Correct.
He said, these have been the most fulfilling years of my life. Of course they've been fulfilling. You fulfilled a lot of things while you were
fulfilled
there.
3 different people at once.
At least at Carl's Jr., they lay out in their commercials that they're a bunch of whores on every level. You know what I mean? They're food porn, lip smacking, womanizing commercials.
Don't bother me.
They lay out their company's values so the customers can see it plainly. We want you to have mouth sex with your food.
That's right. That's who we are at Carl's Jr.
That's exactly who we are. You better have mouth sex with all that food, and you can probably guess that our CEO is having an illicit relationship
with everybody.
with so many, with the marketing executive,
And we
all of our
welcome it.
team.
At Carl's Jr., we welcome it.
And if you walk in on the CEO having an illicit relationship with the marketing executive, he's going to look up from his head between her legs and say, don't bother me. I'm eating. All right, that's the end of this first story. It's a long one. We got another great one for you on the other side of this. Sorry, sometimes these things run long. We'll be back with more.
That's what he said.
Hey, we'll be back with more Sklar Country, the Virus Edition, right after this. Hey, gang, welcome back to the show. Lots of good stuff, but let's jump into this right away. We all can agree that we shouldn't be gathering in large groups for any reason these days. Certainly not for a gigantic cookout on the beach of Great Stone in or near New Romney, because it's just stupid.
That's dumb. That's just dumb.
I'm going to assume that no one was wearing masks, right? Is that a good assumption?
Fair.
And hey, we're outside. We're at the beach with ocean air blowing. I could be right next to you. No, you can't. You got to be smart about this. And you would have gotten away with it if it weren't for you meddling kids.
Mm-hmm.
So such was the case this weekend in a ridiculous story. This is the aftermath after a huge beach party near the Kent coast, prompting the police response. Police were called to an event at the Great Stone near New Romney last night where hundreds of people gathered for the cookout. And again, if they clean their shit up,
this is so simple. Clean up, make it like you weren't even there.
You ready for what they found? What residents found? Told how they discovered human waste in carrier bags and bottles of urine lying in the street. Human waste?
Come on.
Who is taking a dump on the beach?
I couldn't.
Taking time to then clean it up and put it in a carrier bag and then putting it out.
I don't like
in a parking lot.
I couldn't go to the bathroom for 2 weeks at camp.
To me, that feels like too much. Like
you're too
work
comfortable.
For literally, but doesn't it feel like too much work for littering?
I would crap in the ocean.
Yes. Just let it
float it away.
You don't go to the trouble of literally packaging your shit.
No.
If you're going to then leave it. That's so very British of people, right?
It is very British.
The pomp and the circumstances, your dastardly act wrapped up into pomp and circumstance.
Correct.
The morning pictures have emerged of the mess left, including nappies, dirty diapers, broken glass. Was there a baby fight? bottles broken, breast milk flying everywhere, babies just ripping off their dirty diapers.
Baby fight has to be a new like division of the UFC.
Vision
Baby
you see
fights.
or show on TLC. Baby fight.
Baby fight.
Just people let their babies fight like a baby fight club. Just let them fight it out.
Baby fight club has to happen.
2 babies enter.
One baby leaves.
Don't finish that. People's shoes were found. Who just like goes to a thing and just leaves their shoes? I mean, I know you're on the beach.
People who want to take their shoes off and watch a baby fight club. This is a baby fight club. That's what we realized about this thing.
How out of control did this cookout get?
It's a baby fight club.
If you're walking away from it, dodging baby fight clubs and dirty diapers and one shoe and shit in a carrier bag, that is a crazy. But you were like, why did I get invited to this thing?
I've seen the movie Cookout.
This is
crazy.
One resident said, woke up this morning after eventually getting it sleep after lots of shouting, swearing, and banging of car doors and boots, and of course horn beeping to use
Boots or trunks.
to use toilet paper in my front garden and human waste left in a carrier bag and urine bottles on my back drive. And this is awful.
To
This
leave
sounds
it
like
at
the
someone's
apocalypse.
house. Jesus.
Doesn't it sound like the apocalypse?
Take it with you, dummies.
You knew there would be these types of parties from time to time if you lived at the beach, but I'm not blaming them, but you have to know that that's a possibility.
Right. You're at the beach. You're a place where
But you didn't
dumb people go.
You didn't expect it during COVID.
No.
You know what I mean? That's the thing. I'm so angry. There must be something as residents we can do. Yeah, close the beach. Call the cops when you hear people slamming doors and honking horns,
That's right.
right?
Right.
Put up security cameras. You can bust people after the fact. Those
Buy
are
a
just few
flamethrower.
details. Don't live near the beach. That's another thing. This is just insane. Everything about this thing is insane. Huge cookout on the beach. Okay, fine. You want to have your kid? Make sure people distance. I'm sure they weren't distancing. And then just to leave it in shambles.
That's
That's
so
what bothers
disgusting.
me.
Yeah.
That's what bothers me. Or that, like, to me, it just, again, and I feel bad for the people who live near the thing. I want to read another quote here. I'm absolutely disgusted with these scumbags. No respect for anything that isn't theirs. Yeah, that's pretty much
That's fair and that's right. I'm telling you right now. We
said-
need to come back to this. It is baby fight club. That's what this is.
Scores of little pickers were out this morning. Little pickers to me sounds like the British version of American pickers.
Yes.
Little pickers could be people who find enormously valuable items that other people throw away.
Or little pickers is like a 7-year-old to 9-year-old bluegrass band.
Oh, they're great. They'll play
Little
banjos.
pickers. Yeah, they're all banjos. It's a band of 9 banjos.
Or they're litter pickers. I think they were litter pickers.
Litter
Sorry,
pickers.
not even little pickers. Litter pickers. Litter pickers sounds like American pickers. Litter
So
pickers.
litter pickers are people who pick up litter and turn it into banjos, and then they're a bluegrass band.
Or they find show dogs within litters of regular mutts.
They can look at a
Litter
whole litter
pickers.
and they can be like, "Hey,
They're like they've had the
That's-
best in show for at Westminster the last 3 years running.
They're litter pickers.
Litter pickers. Hundreds of bags of litter containing human waste, wipes, masks, food packets. It's just
hundreds."
It's like mask. If you were thoughtful enough to wear a mask at the beach, why are you just casting it
Gather your
aside?
garbage and leave. Don't you care about the beach at all? Don't you want to
Shit
come
in a
back to that
box.
place?
Tampon cigarette butts to me sounds like an indie rock band.
Tampons and cigarette butts.
Another woman said that her bins
It's
were
an all boy band that only plays
all women's
girl
music.
covers. Yeah.
That's right. Everyone paid $27.54 for a ticket for a thing on a coach ride, which was a bus ride, and they all just went out there. Like, bring it back to the bus.
This is the Fire Festival. This is what would have been left behind at the Fire Festival.
So it's just, I'm just saying this. If there's a party on the beach, and then we'll wrap it up on this because the first story was really long. If there is a party on the beach and you have to see dirty diapers and shit in boxes, whatnot, there better have been a baby fight club there to justify it.
That's right. I want Baby Fight Club. I want several rounds of a Baby Fight Club. I want to have this thing on closed circuit TV. This is the future, Baby Fight Club.
This is the allegory of the pandemic for the world. A lot of people are taking the pandemic seriously and throwing their trash out in the proper ways.
and then they have
wearing
to
masks.
look out onto a beautiful beach and see people just dumping their tampons and their cigarette butts everywhere.
We got to clean it up, guys. We got to clean it up if we're going to move on this thing. And that, my friends, is a show. Just stay connected, stay protected. Don't get infected. This is not a hoax.
That's right.
We've got the jokes. Wear a mask, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.
La-ti-da, la-ti-da-ti-da-ti-da, la-ti-da.